welcome everybody to the Machine Room podcast. I will like to apologize if I'm too all up in your face and my mouth is taking over the whole thing, or my beard is. But for those watching us live right now, or watching us on Twitch replay, or on YouTube, Real Machine Room YouTube channel, um, I'm very, very up close and personal. But I'm here and we're doing this. I'm Nostradamus. This is Hammer of Venus. And this is the Machine Room. Oh, please. Please stop. You're too kind. You're too kind. You're too kind. You're too kind. I said stop it. Okay. How you been?
Good, how about you?
I'm good. I am good. I just had my days off. I watched Sonic 2, which was freaking amazing.
I heard it's really good.
It is stupendous. It is so good. It is. You think the first Sonic was it? No, this one is the bee's knees. And of course, as always, Jim Carrey stealing every damn scene, because I realized, like, if anybody else was playing Dr. Robotnik and was going like so like all out and over exaggerated and cartoony and stuff like that, you would have been like, this guy's trying too hard. But Jim Carrey makes it fucking work. You just accept it because it's Jim Carrey. So anything he does or say would look cringy with someone else, but with Jim Carrey, it's fucking hilarious.
Because he's the man.
He is the man. That guy is Dr. Robotnik for the rest of his life.
Except
So
he's
yeah,
not fat.
huh?
Except he's not fat like he is in the game.
He is not, but it's still awesome. It's still very, very awesome. I would have thought that he would become fat, but it's cool. There's always the chance for part three, and they could go for that fat route. But as is, I think he's fucking great. They've done some, like, it seemed like they've done some changes to the story and the lore or whatever, but they still kept the story and the lore. Whatever they've done is still freaking great. So either or, we accept this Robotnik, and this movie is just like, if you're a fan of Sonic, this movie is the one. Not the previous one. That was a good setup and everything like that. And we thought that was it. No, this one is like the true, like, if you love Sonic, it gives you everything you want
Nice.
and sets the stage up for even more later down the road. So yes, I highly recommend go see Sonic the Hedgehog. And then yeah, it's just relaxing. 2 days is never enough. You know,
No, it's
it's,
not.
it's never enough. And I still wish we had like a 3 day weekend system or something.
I have like a 6-day weekend coming up next week. So I'm probably going to try to go to out of town, see some people.
Look at you. Must be nice.
It is nice.
Must be nice. You're gonna be out there doing stuff, and I'm gonna be freaking grinding. Nice. It's the weather here in Chicago. I don't know. How is it over there?
It's been like, I don't know, like 50s or 60s during the day.
Then it drops heavily at night.
Not heavily. It's been in like the 40s or 50s at night.
Here's this is Here it fluctuates kind of the same, but it's not. Today was great. Today was in the 50s. All right, so
Oh,
that's
nice.
like fucking awesome. But it's still kind of windy. So
Mm-hmm.
especially at the airport, it's very, 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 very freaking windy. So there's a lot of chill. But the sun was out, and that matters. But it's been like 30s, 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 raining, 40s,
Ew.
raining, 30. On Friday, it rained, and then at night it snowed.
Oh my god.
And we're like, the fuck. By the time, and that's when I was chilling with Randy, we are doing our live show. By the time I took him home, I had to defrost my windows. I'm like, the fuck is going on, man? It's April.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is this happening? Where Cut West is at, It's 76 degrees, little bitch. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. I want good. Tomorrow apparently is supposed to be in the 60s, so but that's what I'm dealing with over here in Chicago. Chicago's bipolar. It just has ups and downs and everything like that. But you know who else has ups and downs in their acting? Freaking Nicolas Cage. Did you like that?
Ah, nice segue.
You like that segue? I know. I thought about it right there on the spot. Give me all the credit. Nicolas Cage. Now let me tell you, people, why we're going to this Nicolas Cage stuff, right? Usually I hit up Hammer Venus and I'm like, Rachel, we're gonna do this. She's like, let's go, fam. She don't talk like that, but it'll be hilarious as
I
she
don't.
texts me like that. Like, let's go, and I'm like, she asked me, what we talking about? I have no idea, but I've been dying to talk to you about this because I remember you said you watched Pig and that you liked it. That's what I remember. I probably got it
No, it was
wrong.
good. I liked it. It was just not what I thought it was gonna be.
Okay. So when I saw Pig, and this is what it all started because I was like, I saw Pig and I got a lot to say about Pig. So it's like, let's talk about Nicolas Cage. And I'm like, I'm all for it. I also read like some of his Q&As today in Reddit. Uh, he had a Q&A in Reddit on Saturday. Did you know that?
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He had a Q&A on Saturday. And I just looked on Twitter and saw screenshots of some questions and whatnot. So let's go ahead and talk about this. D Player. Shout out to D Player in the chat room. D Player as is it Pig? Is it like Tusk? All right,
No,
no, but
not at all.
I guess it'll probably go on the list as in Tusk as well for me. Pig. Okay, here's my full out review uh, of Pig. Pig is a well done, well written, well directed, well shot, well acted movie. Okay, I'm not dissing on anything when it comes to the production and what everybody gave to the movie. I'm not I'm not giving them any negativity. It's great. Nicolas Cage gives a great acting performance that is not your usual Cage where he's just like all going crazy and shit. Vampire's Kiss, right? Was that what the movie was called?
Yes.
he's
Hmm.
not he's not going all out like that. It's just him being this serious hermit who has a pig and loves his pig and the pig gets taken away and it just unravels this whole history about him and everything. There's nothing bad about that. The pacing is good, the acting is good, the cinematography, it's all great. However, I ended up at the end feeling like I just wasted my time. That's how I felt because advertised, I thought this movie would be like, oh shit, they took his pig. He's gonna go. He's a badass. It's gonna be like something John Wickish. Not too crazy John Wickish, but something on that caliber, right?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be something like Liam Neeson, where he used to be some kind of spy or something and had all these fighting skills and went and got his pig back, but it's not like that at all.
It's nowhere like to the end. Like even the payoff is like the fuck, like okay, clearly there was like a message in the movie,
Hmm.
about life and the pig symbolized that shit or something. But I don't know. I felt like this anger that I wasn't given what I was expected, but it's not an anger where I'm like I hate them. I am hating on the people in the movie or anything like that, but I'm hating on what it could have been. Do I hear myself? I'm hating on what it could have been because I thought he was gonna go all out and not. And I don't know if we should say what the twist I guess is of the pig, but it's not for people who want to see this. It's not a John Wick movie. I'll tell you what, this movie would be catered to that market of like avant-garde film lovers and not your typical conclusion,
Hmm.
right? Because the conclusion is like that's it, you know. Was the pig his lover? That was a joke though. That was a joke in the movie. He was like, why you want the pig? You fuck the pig?" And he's like, "I don't." He said it too. That was funny though. He's like, "I don't, I don't fuck the pig."
I liked it. I'm kind of glad it wasn't what we were expecting because it makes the movie like a different kind of movie. It would have been kind of lame if it would have been all John Wick or Liam Neeson kind of a movie. So it's original in that aspect that it is different and it's not what you're expecting. So I enjoyed it. I was just like thought he was gonna go around and beat everybody's ass, but that doesn't happen.
And it doesn't. Matter of fact, he gets his ass beat.
Yeah, he does. He gets the shit beat out of him.
At one scene, he gets his ass beat, but he goes around like he gets respect wherever he go, and it's funny
Mhm.
for the reason he gets respect because he's not some mercenary, he's not some gun for hire, he's not some fighter, he's just a freaking chef,
Mhm.
like a highly acclaimed chef, like the best chef there ever. Like imagine if it was Gordon Ramsay and he just decided
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm done, and he goes live off the grid and no one knows what happened to him and then he just appears out of nowhere again.
Exactly. They said he'd been gone for like 10 years or something,
Hmm.
and he got the pig to help him find truffles out in the woods. And then he basically says, like, when he's trying to find the pig to get the truffles, he was like, "I don't need him. I don't
He
need the
does.
pig to find truffles." He's like, "I can tell by the trees." He just loves that pig because he doesn't have anybody else.
No, that was his only company.
Yeah.
His only company.
And it even had its own little bed and he spoiled it, and I understand that with having dogs, like, that's how I feel about my dogs, like, if my dogs went missing, I'd go out looking for them too, but it was just, like, this really hard right turn from what the previews made you think it was gonna be.
Exactly. And it's good. I remember in the preview it didn't show any action, so I was like, "Oh snap! They're saving it for the." But it's my own fault for having this high anticipation for some Nick Cage. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, just anything Nick Cage. I'm used to his recent catalog of like Mandy, Color, Space, and Time, or something like that, or Paradise of Ghostland, and
You mean Prisoners of Ghostland?
yeah, there you go, Prisoners of Ghostland, and Willy's Wonderland.
Oh my god.
This is the cages I was like
If you would
expecting.
if you wanna see a good movie of Nick Cage beating whole ass for sale, watch Willy's Wonderland. That
It's
movie is fucking amazing.
is the best. Is the best. D player. I still say watch Pig Roach, thank you for the bits. Much appreciated, man. Thank you.
Thank
Much
you.
love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think we get that often here.
We
So
don't.
thank you, Roach. We don't. No. Roach is a godsend, man. He is a Twitch godsend. This guy has done so much. Thank you. And he subscribed. Look at
And he
Roach.
subscribed. Thank you. Oh my
Roach. I don't
god.
even think we got subscribers, man. Roach, thank you very much, man. Roach.
Let's get a hype train going.
With these six people, yo. Hype train
Yes.
with six people. Um, I recommend check it out, Pig. Because regardless of what I expected, it's still like I said. I have nothing negative on that. The negativity is just on my part that I expected something crazy and wild. Like the movie Nobody, which is fucking fantastic.
Oh my god, yes.
But it's still a well crafted, well done movie that I think the theme or message or whatever is about just um it doesn't matter if you have it all. It's the little things you have. Cause here you
Mm-hmm.
got a guy who was like the top shelf chef. He was the top shelf of the chefs.
Shell. Yes.
Uh and he was like legit like the Gordon Ramsay of y'all, and then he decided to just give it away because I don't know if it was because he lost someone or whatever, but he just went off and just lived with a pig, and the pig was all he needed to be happy, and he was in a cabin, he didn't have much, and he made he had like a job kind of thing where he was getting
Hmm.
finance he was getting money, but he didn't
Yeah, for
like
the travels.
yeah, but he didn't use the money to buy expensive things or anything like that. He just lived a quiet life in the woods in a cabin. And there's a scene where he talks to this other guy who is a chef as well, and he basically make him go like, yo, all this that you're doing, it doesn't matter, you're just doing it for acclaim, and that acclaim
Hmm.
in the end doesn't matter. So it's all this whole message, and then there's also a story about a son and his father, and it's all there. So I see it, I get it. I just That's not what I expected. So
Yeah.
for me, it was, and sometimes what you don't expect can be great or it can hurt you. And I usually like to see something where I don't expect anything. It's just like this one was like I want to go in this for an action movie, and then I ended up not getting anything, and it kind of hurt me in the end. But positively, still good, well put movie, and Nicolas Cage gives a great performance.
He does, and his character in that movie was really surprising, like,
Mm-hmm.
once you take away all of the, like, anticipation that you have with it, like, I love the
Mm-hmm.
character, I love the idea of him being this chef that said fuck it all and went and lived in the woods with a pig.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like this, a different character than you see Nicolas Cage play in other movies. He was really solemn and collective and calm and poised, and he just wanted to find his pig.
He just wanted his damn pig. But I'm excited for the movie that's coming out. When is it coming out? Matter of fact,
Which one?
his new one where he's actually like playing himself, and it's
The
all
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent?
yes, that long ass title.
Yeah. I thought it would like it's supposed to come out this weekend. Or wait, let me see. April 22nd.
22nd. All right, so that weekend.
We gotta go see it.
That one is definitely a movie that I'm glad is happening because it's honoring. Nick Cage is truly one of our greatest thespians that we grew up with since we were kids. And even though he's gone to a point where he's just making like movies, like whatever, he's got this like it's crazy because he has this renaissance over the past few years of these gems. And he even spoke about how he picks these movies because he wants to do them, not just it's not just a sense of like I'm just doing it for money. Like he's doing it because he wants to do it. He finds interest in it. He
Hmm.
finds it fun, and he he likes the challenge. He even said he loved doing Pig. Like Pig is one of his favorite because he really got to go into that kind of character, which is a departed from his other kind of
Yeah.
usual characters and whatnot. But you see that he's picking really good material lately, and it's evident, like I said, in Mandy, Color of Space. It's something called Color of Space and something I have that I haven't seen it yet, but it's by the same people of like Mandy, so kind of like that same production.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I haven't
yeah.
seen Mandy yet.
Prisoners of Ghostland, Willy's Wonderland. See, these movies are all like their own thing, I guess. Like Willy Wonderland is something that technically shouldn't have worked, but for some reason it works with Nick Cage.
Willy's Wonderland?
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
works with
like
Nick
he
Cage.
stole the fucking movie, like, and he doesn't speak a word, but
Not a
it's
word.
still all about him.
Oh, you know what? They asked him. They asked him, "Would you like to do Face Off too?" And he said yes. That's it.
Nice.
He said he'll be so down to do a Face Off too.
I was reading some article about him that he went back and watched Face Off and was like so pleased at how well it aged and how good of a movie it was back
Oh
then.
yes. It's so good. And you know what I forgot? It's so long.
It is a long ass movie.
It's a fucking long ass movie, man. That's like it you watch it and you feel like you just watched the limited series.
Exactly. You could easily cut that show into like a mini series.
You could. You could like a 4 to 5 part or 6 part, like 30 minute or 20 something minute episode. So freaking small. Hey, here we go. What's going on here? Congratulations, Mariel Benitez.
Hey, welcome.
First time chat. We love seeing first timers here. Welcome to the Machine Room Podcast. I'm Nostradamus, that's Heimer Venus, and we're here talking Nick Cage. Because why wouldn't we be talking Nick Cage?
Because we love him.
Because we love him. We
Even though he
love
made some shitty movies, it's okay. Everybody gets one or two.
name a
Look at
shitty Nick Cage movie.
what was that witch movie he did?
Ooh, I never seen it, but I know of it.
See, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but like it's funny because that movie is always referenced and quoted and stuff like that. You know?
Let me see, I'm gonna find it. Season of the Witch, that's what it's called. I heard it was awful. Like people walked out in the theater.
Wait, is that the one where he's actually like hunting them or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I never seen that one, but I want to. I thought you were talking something like Wicker Man, when it's like the bees, you know.
I like Wicker Man.
I thought it was something like that. I've been told, and this is funny because it's by my closest friend. I've been told to watch. Shit, man, what is it called? I have the movie. I actually found it on DVD just because of him. Just because my friend LP told me you need to see this movie. This is something that you should watch. You'll enjoy it because it's freaking like it's so um exaggerated his acting that is hilarious kind of shit. And it's something about Lieutenant something. Lieutenant something, but I got nothing in my head but Lieutenant Dan. And no, it's not Forrest Gump. Though if Nicolas Cage was a Forrest Gump, that would have been interesting. We have to go to an alternative world where Nicolas Cage was in Forrest Gump and Tom
I
Hanks
would
was
love
in
that.
Face Off.
I'd watch it.
Tom Hanks hasn't done. Has he ever done action? The Da Vinci
An
Code, I
action
guess.
movie? Yeah, there's been kind
Yeah,
of.
kind of, kind of, but nothing where. Well, I was gonna say nothing where he held a gun, but then I remember Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I really like that. I watched that one later in life and was like, why didn't I see this sooner?
yeah. All right, let's go from Nicolas Cage to Tom Hanks. Now, I'm just kidding.
Are you talking about Bad Lieutenant, Port of Calls, New Orleans?
There it is. There it freaking is. That's what he wants me to watch. That's what he said that I would have a freaking ball watching. I'm like, okay.
I've heard
I
that one is good.
I literally bought that thing on DVD just for him to watch it. I bought it for him. Like literally, I bought it for him. I thought like, hey, I got this, and I showed it to him. And I thought he would want it, but he just said, no, go ahead and watch it. D player says Tom Hanks just makes you cry in his movies. He does, especially Toy Story.
Yes.
But imagine if Nicolas Cage was in Toy Story.
It would be so exaggerated. He'd be a crazy ass toy.
We had Keanu in Toy Story, so there might be room for another. There might be room
Who
for Cage.
who is Keanu Reeves in Toy Story?
Keanu Reeves was in the recent Toy Story, and he played Duke Duke Kaboom, I think his name was. So he was like a Evil Knievel toy.
See, I've never seen the last one.
Yeah, the last one was good. And he was just like always on the motorcycle, and he'd be like, huh, 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 you know. But it sounds so, like Keanu Reeves to the point that you can understand that. I mean, you can imagine that when he's in the studio, he's just like, huh, 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 he's doing his mannerisms,
Exactly.
his Keanu mannerisms. Uh, Nick. Those guys never crossed paths, did they? Wouldn't it be great if they crossed paths?
I don't know. Let's look.
6 Degrees of Nicolas Cage. I like them. I'm trying to think of what like um voiceover work he did, but all I can think of is no, he did the Crudes as well. You know, I never seen the Crudes.
I I haven't either. I even had free passes to go see it, and I didn't go.
Yeah, I never seen the Crudes. I think I seen maybe a little bit of the first one, but I never seen the Cruise. But I know Nicolas Cage does voice the father and dad, and then of course he voices what I consider my favorite Spider-Man in Spider-Verse was Spider-Man Noir.
Mm-hmm.
He's all like the colors and all this stuff and very very as his name Noir. That was my favorite. And then we can't forget Nicolas Cage as Big Daddy and
Oh my
Kick
god,
Ass.
yes. He was so great as that role.
And they asked him in that Reddit what they call those Reddit things, AMA or whatever.
Yeah.
They asked him. We couldn't tell. It's evident that you were inspired by Adam West. So is it true that you inspired Adam West and I think they asked him if you ever talked to him afterwards or stuff like that. And he said like yeah he did his to him the beginning and end all of a hero was Adam West. That's what he grew
Hmm.
up on with the Batman and Adam West, and he loved it very much. So he tried to channel that as much as he could in the Kick Ass movie. And then he said he went and met Adam West and asked him, "It's like, Did you see me doing my doing my Adam West and Kick Ass?" And Adam West replied, "Oh, I saw you try doing Adam West."
He got an E for effort.
And that's very funny and wholesome. This man, okay, this man was supposed to be Superman, and I'm still kind of upset that it never happened.
He would have been so good in it. And like the style and look of the movie would have been so good for him. I'm so sad that we never got that. I don't even think they even filmed anything for it.
They didn't. I know there's a documentary out there, and it just shows a whole bunch of test footages and the process
In
and
art.
yeah, and like what led to it not being made. And I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen these
It's
test
good.
footages. It's good.
It's good. It's a good documentary. It has like Tim Burton and shit in it too.
Is that just on like is that on like YouTube?
I think I've saw it on Hulu or something.
All right, I gotta find it and see it. But from the footages, it looked really interesting. And then this brings you to you hate to hear about stuff like this that happens and that it doesn't happen because then you're like, oh, what would have been, you know?
Hmm.
And we got lucky that we got Zack Snyder's Justice League, you know.
Yeah.
But now we're like spoiled and we want other stuff. So now there's a campaign for the Joel Schumacher Batman Forever, and there's a campaign for David Ayer's Suicide Squad, and
Yep. The air cut.
and now ever since Spider-Man No Way Home, people want Sam Raimi to make his Spider-Man 4 that he was supposed to do.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he said so himself. I mean, after okay, now he has a relationship with Marvel Studio because okay, wait, hold on because Deep Slayer just brought up something and thank you for bringing this up cuz this is something I do want to see and because this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I want to see the Eric Stoltz Back to the Future
Oh
trailer.
yeah. I've seen a lot of it. There's a video online. It's like a comparison of Eric Stoltz and Michael J. Fox scenes,
Hmm.
and he filmed a lot of shit.
They did. Look, Deep Player even says it was 90% done.
Wow.
They even mentioned that they literally almost filmed the whole movie with Eric Stoltz until they
Hmm.
realized, yeah, this is not working, and they changed them. They recasted him.
Yeah, they refilmed a
I
lot
know
of shit.
I, Back to the Future is all in the hands of the main, what is it, producer, I guess, and What's his name though, man? He's the only. This is the only guy that's keeping that thing like alive. Like he's the reason that it keeps getting like released and like this. I don't even think this guy even done anything else since Back to the Future because I think he's just living off the Back to the Future money.
That makes sense.
Swear to God, I think he's just living off the Back to the Future money. Okay, let's see. It is Bob Gale.
Okay.
Yeah, Bob Gale. He did comic books. Selected filmography. Look, after Back to the Future, did Back to the Future, Trespass, which is also Robert Zemeckis. The TV show Back to the Future, Tales from the Crypt. Okay, he did that. Bordello of Blood, which is another Tale from the Crypt.
Mm-hmm.
Interstate 60, an episodes of the road. Oh, I don't know what that is, but you see, mostly he's been living off of Back to the Future. But this man, I assume, has this footage, or maybe doesn't, and burned it all or whatever. But I don't think he wants to show that. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to taint whatever it is. But look, in every release, anniversary release, re-release, he always puts something new in it, and I'm hoping that one day he's like, all right, look, here's Back to the Future fucking 50th anniversary, whatever, and here's the disc. It's the Eric Stoltz alternative Back to the Future movie, and I was so by that version because it's
Mm-hmm.
something I want. Because it just exists. It's not gonna take away what it is, because for me, it's always gonna be what it is right now,
Yeah.
always. But I'm just curious to see Eric Stoltz and why it didn't work.
He just said he wasn't funny. He took the role too serious.
Aren't you curious to see this role taken serious?
I do, and like even the way that they filmed it and the scenes that I've seen are like darker and more serious.
What
So
if
they even filmed it differently when they got Michael J. Fox.
you see all that? Now I'm even more interested because I always like to. I want to see the what ifs. It's just the what ifs. I just want to see the what ifs. It exists. It's there. Let me see it.
Yes.
It's pretty much a full movie. Just release it. Yes, just do it. It like say the Justice League happened, and they everything happened as it did. They brought in Josh Whedon. He made his movie, but then the studio was like, "Oh no, it's not gonna work. We're just gonna keep going back to Zack Snyder." We saw Zack Snyder's only. I will be like, okay, I want to see this Josh Whedon one though. I want to see like it exists, is out there. Okay, let me see why it didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm still be curious because I'm curious and I like that kind of stuff. If I hear there's any other kind of version of a movie or alternative ending or blah blah blah, I want to see this.
Yeah, like I Am Legend, the alternate ending was actually better than the original. So like I have the 2 disc DVD package and I
Mm-hmm.
always watch the second version better.
Mm-hmm. The one where it finds out that he was the bad guy the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. He was a
Yep.
dick.
Yep. The one that we found out that Will Smith was the bad guy the whole time. Huh?
Slapping people.
Yep. Slapping these vampires. Oh shit! The movie foreshadowed the future. That's crazy.
It's
Not only did it foreshadow Batman, the Batman Superman movie, it foreshadowed Will Smith being the bad guy the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that's hilarious. Everybody put that out there on Twitter and everything.
So, what is your favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
Nick Cage movie has to be. It has to be Face Off.
I'd agree.
I think it has to be because when I think Nick Cage, I just think straight ahead Face Off um with the most recent movies in line with it, and that's not to put anything against his own. Because I remember him and I think I have this movie too. What is it? Raising Arizona.
I love that fucking movie.
Yeah.
That movie's funny.
There's the Rock.
Oh
Uh,
yes. Oh my god. I forgot all about. I like Lord of War and The Family Man.
Family Man was good. Yes, shot in
Movie
Chicago.
stat.
Big ups. Uh, D player said Con Air because of his hair.
One of my favorites that I watch repeatedly is the remake of Gone in 60 Seconds.
Gone in
I
60 I forgot
I
about
love
that.
him in that movie.
Oh, wait, I can't forget the National Treasure movies.
Those are great. I like the first one.
Yeah, those were bomb.
Hmm.
Those were fucking fun when they came out.
Oh, City of Angels.
You know
That
what?
mo- that movie made me cry so fucking hard.
For like a few years, I've been wanting to watch City of Angels again. I haven't seen this since I was a kid, and I remember when I was a kid, I was like, "Damn," like, yeah, it hit me. It
It's
hit me like, "Damn,
serious.
man, that sucks." But I'll tell you one thing though, I've never stopped listening to that damn song since then. And you know
It's a
what
good
song I'm
song.
talking about?
Yes.
The fucking Wallflowers killed it with that damn song, boy. That shit. No, was it the Wallflowers?
Oh my god, I gotta look it up.
Oh, shit. The song is Iris, and I think it was sung by the Wallflowers.
Isn't it from the Goo Goo Dolls?
There you go, the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I know my 90s shit.
I don't know why I said the Wallflowers. People are about to kill me. But yes, Iris
Um,
by the Goo Goo
Another
Dolls.
favorite of his that I love is Wild at Heart because that's a David Lynch movie,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
he's so fucking great in that movie.
Was the Las Vegas one?
No,
Leaving?
that's the one where him and his girlfriend, he's like out on parole. He just got out of prison for manslaughter, and they're gonna drive to California, but they end up in Texas, and kind of like all hell breaks loose.
Oh, you're talking about your David Lynch one?
Yeah, Wild at
Oh,
Heart.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't think I ever saw that one. I
It's
know he
really
got an
good.
Oscar for the Las Vegas one, right?
Yeah, I did. Is it Leaving Las Vegas?
I think it was Leaving Las Vegas.
Honeymoon in Vegas is good too.
And Ghost Rider. That's
Eh,
right. The player. No, no, you gotta appreciate Cage and Ghost Rider,
I didn't
especially.
like all the other bullshit that came with that movie. Like, oh, he listens to the Pretenders and watches monkey documentaries and drinks fucking jelly beans out of a martini glass. Like, they could have cut all that shit out. It was so stupid.
It's Nicolas Cage. The second one, especially.
Oh, he's crazy as fuck in that movie.
The Spirit of Vengeance is like Ghost Rider on acid or something.
Hmm.
That one, like, too crazy. I remember when I watched it again, I was like, "Holy shit, Idris Elba is in this movie."
He is?
Yeah, I totally
Oh
forgot.
shit! And what
It,
movie?
the Ghost Rider 2.
Oh yeah, he is in that movie.
You know where
I
else he's
just
in? He's in Sonic 2 as Knuckles and kills
Oh
it.
fuck. See, now
Kills
I
it.
gotta see the second one.
He kills it, boy. He is the best.
I love Idris Elba. I think they should have him as the next James Bond.
I I concur. I concur. I think he would kill it. It'll break boundaries, and there's nothing that says that he has to be white.
No,
You know,
none at all. And
nothing.
he did such a great job in Luther,
Mm-hmm.
which is a crime series in England, and he's so serious and takes that role so serious. Like it's so good.
Mm-hmm. He's a rapper and a DJ.
Yeah, he's a DJ.
This
The
guy
dress.
is what they call him in Black Superman and
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes.
And he was the best part of that movie too.
Yes, he
How
was. He stole that movie.
he stole the movie. You had Idris Elba in a movie with The Rock and Jason Statham, and somehow he outshined them. That's power to a man. D player says, and I don't know, I never heard this before, so I don't know how much track this has, but apparently Jim Carrey wanted Nicolas Cage and Dumb and Dumber.
Ooh,
So it would have been Jim Carrey and Nick Cage would have been his Larry, right? No, Lloyd? No,
Harry.
Harry.
Lloyd is Jim Carrey.
I look it up and I see a picture of Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, but then next to him is like Nicolas Cage from like Raising Arizona. That look, and apparently that's okay right here. And this was posted in March 23rd. Okay. It says here, the pages of Hollywood history are littered with interesting stories of things that could have been. One such fascinating bit of history was just uncovered by Nicolas Cage in a very casual manner as the actor confirmed he was being eyed to co-star alongside Jim Carrey in the hit comedy Dumb and Dumber.
I'd watch
Cage
it.
Cage made the big reveal while speaking to GQ, responding to various queries from fans on the internet. So I guess it was during
The Q and
the
A.
yeah, the Q&A maybe. Well, this was on March 23rd. The Q&A just happened like over the weekend, so I don't think so. There was something else there.
Oh, okay.
Someone had posted online suggesting that Gary Oldman and Cage were supposedly the original actors considered for the role of Harry and Lloyd. Cage then responded by suggesting this was in some way a half truth. While he was surprised to hear about the Oldman rumor, Cage did say the following, and I quote, I know Jim Carrey wanted me to be in Dumb and Dumber with him, but I wanted to do a little movie called Leaving Las Vegas instead.
And that's the one he got the award for, wasn't it?
So he did make a good choice, I guess.
Playing an alcoholic instead of a buffoon.
Yep. Or maybe he would have played a buffoon and still won an Oscar.
It's true. I
Mm-hmm.
bet he could do it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I remember one movie, Snake Eyes.
I love that movie too.
I watched. I remember it as a kid, but I didn't exactly watch it. I remember my father was watching it, and I would like glance over and see what was going on, but I wasn't paying attention because at that time, and I don't want to say like at that time, like I had no interest, but as a kid, sometimes some movies just didn't pique my interest, but I had interest in a lot of films, so I guess it was just like fucking random.
And
But
he did that back to back with 8mm, which is another great movie.
exactly, so I get those confused because they felt like the same thing.
Yeah, they're not, but I understand where you're coming from.
They felt like the same thing. So 8mm and Snake
Snake
Eyes,
Eyes.
and they just felt like the same things. I feel
Hmm.
like now would be fucking fantastic to watch. I wanted to do that too. I wanted to just like Nick Cage it out and just watch his movies and watch a lot of them that I haven't seen because he made a whole bunch. And I also kind of want to do that for Bruce Willis since he's gonna retire.
Yes. So sad.
Yeah, and there's so many that he's been doing. But when you think about straight to what used to be straight to DVD, but now it's really like straight to
Streaming.
yeah, streaming or digital, straight to digital. Uh STD, straight to digital.
Yeah. Good initialism.
You don't pay no minds to movies. You're like, oh well, this is not good. You also start thinking like, damn, Bruce Willis, what? Why? You know, why you in this little rump? But hey, maybe there's some gems on there. But it's like, Bruce Willis at the end of his tenure, basically just Bruce Willis in every movie.
Yeah, it was bald, angry, gun in hand Bruce Willis.
Mm-hmm.
What was it that you had me watch the other day? And I was like, Bruce Willis is in this?
I don't remember.
Now I gotta go back and look. There it
Bruce
is.
Willis?
Oh, Armageddon.
Oh yeah, Bruce Willis is Armageddon. Yeah.
I was watching that. I was like, oh shit, Bruce Willis.
That's when he was
I
at his.
I needed a ridiculous, over the top, uh, like end of the world movie, and Armageddon fit the bill for that. That and Independence Day.
There's one that came out recently called Moonfall. I've been wanting to see that
Yeah,
one.
I want to see that too because that's the same guy that did Independence Day.
Ooh, and they're good at that. They also that guy also did like Godzilla.
Did he really? The 90s one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with my uh vehicular manslaughter boy
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick.
Yep. Was that before or after he killed somebody?
Definitely after, because when he did when he committed the vehicular manslaughter was sometime around the Ferris Bueller time, and he was
Mm-hmm.
dating what was his sister in that movie. So yeah, I think
Jennifer
that
something?
I think that's why that relationship didn't work out, because you know they just technically killed people and then got away with it, and I guess she couldn't live with it, and
Mm-hmm.
him. So, but Sarah Jessica Parker, she could.
You could tell on the movies he did after because he just has this look on his face of like sadness. It's like,
Like
yeah, that guy
I
killed somebody.
he killed a man. That should just put like Matthew Broderick, and then put the clip from Ron Burgundy. It's like, yeah, you killed a man.
That escalated quickly.
But yes, that one, which I loved then, and I still love today. There's a lot of like hardcore Godzilla fans, and I guess I get it. I wasn't a hardcore Godzilla fan, so for me, when I was a kid and that Godzilla came out, I was like, "This is fucking awesome! It's dope. He's fast. He's skinny. He's not slow." I get it now. How white people love that kind of Godzilla and how great it is, and this is from a guy who grew up on like Power Rangers and still watches Power Rangers
Mm-hmm.
today. That kind of followed the whole Godzilla traditional kind of shit. But that movie to me is fun, and it had a great
I
cast. It was a fun movie about a giant lizard fucking up New York.
I liked it. I especially liked it when it came out. I thought it was really good. But then when you get into like actual Godzilla, then you see
Oh
that
yeah,
that
the
was
new stuff. Yeah, the new stuff is the shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But or even compared to the old stuff, like you can tell that the 90s one wasn't really a Godzilla movie. It was just like a giant lizard movie that they called Godzilla.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to watch. It's got some good scenes, some good actors in it. It has the guy from The Simpsons and it has the guy from The Professional. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean there's good stuff in it. The thing that ruins that movie for me is the ex-girlfriend that like fucks his life up and gets him fired and all this
Like,
shit. She just fucks that movie up for me.
and then they still end up together.
Yeah, he still goes back to her after all that bullshit she did to him. I was like, fuck that bitch.
That's true. Here's the thing that Godzilla movie did so well then, so fucking well, and it was the campaign for it.
Mm-hmm.
The not the campaign, the promotion.
Yeah.
The promotion for that Godzilla movie was great because they didn't show shit.
Mm-mm.
You
They
didn't
show like a
see.
split. No, that's
Yeah,
about it.
that's it. That's it. The teaser was just that scene when he appears in New York and he fucks up the harbor and shit, and that guy, the
Mm-hmm.
old man's running that was fishing. That was the teaser of the movie, and then that's it.
That's all you got.
That's all you got until you went to go see the movie and still teased them until they finally showed them in the movie, which was probably like 30 minutes or an hour in or whenever.
Yep.
And that's how you do it. And I feel like they need to keep that up. Marvel really likes to show a lot of stuff, and they 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 show a lot of stuff, but they still intentionally like hold stuff back, so
Mm-hmm.
that's the good thing. At least when you go see a Marvel movie, you'll be like, oh shit, because they'll either change something in the trailer, or they don't show the real big surprise. uh I'm trying to avoid as much as I can for the Doctor Strange 2, but they show a lot already,
Yeah.
and I'm just hoping that whatever is revealed and show is just like the bottom of the iceberg, because the tip has to be like fucking like something crazy and amazing. I know too much already from what they
That
show, but not everything, I hope.
that's what was so good about Spider-Man No Way Home is they kept a lot of that shit secret. And then when you go see it in theater, then they were like, all right, enough people have seen it. Now we can kind of show all the secret stuff.
How much? What was really secret though?
Yeah,
Because
everybody knew.
everybody knew but wasn't sure.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was like, no, what? There's no what? Toby? No. What?
No.
Garfield? What? No. Then you see the movie and it's like, ah, I knew it. That's what it was. It was like, I knew it.
Yep.
But yeah, now you're talking about now the campaign is like, yeah, no way home. No, yeah, no way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all the home things. I get confused. I get
I do
confused from
too.
Far From Home and No Way Home. There's like No Way Home, and they just show all the Spider Mans. It's like, yeah, this happened. If you didn't see it by now, fuck it, this happened. Andrew Garfield is a bad liar. He he said that now he's fucked because nobody's gonna believe anything he says about anything.
I don't blame him.
And
Him
there's
and Tobey
been,
Maguire were both lying their ass off.
yeah, Toby especially. I mean, I didn't really see much of Toby talking because he really doesn't talk to anybody. But Andrew Garfield was like on the freaking promotional. It wasn't even for the it wasn't even on the promotional tour for Spider Man. He was doing his own thing like the tick tick boom and whatnot.
Yeah.
And of course they're gonna ask the question like, so were you? And he's like, what? No, that's Photoshop. No, it's not me.
Can't see me.
Patrick Stewart is doing a bad job on the fucking thing because they're saying like, are you in Doctor Strange too? Is that your voice in the trailer? And he's like, what? No. And I think he basically said yes and stuff like that. People, you gotta learn from Martin. You know, uh, let the lie lie.
Yep.
Or just like get mad at them. What? No, fuck you. And
Fuck all that.
how dare you bring this up? I will leave this thing. I People asked Nicolas Cage if he wants to be in a Ghost Rider with Marvel, and he said he can't make that. He can't say anything because he'll have to see what they would offer. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like what kind of script they will have and stuff like that. But I'm sure he would do it because he's a big comic book geek, so he would
Yeah.
do anything.
And now they wanted Norman Reedus to play Ghost Rider, which I think would be pretty badass.
I think he would be great. I think Cage could be in it as one of the older writers, you know?
Yeah, it
Uh
doesn't have to be Johnny Blaze.
no, it doesn't have to be him. He could be a cameo or something special. And they have to include the Ghost Rider that they already included in their universe because I feel
Hmm.
like this is still kind of part of their universe and canon because there was a Ghost Rider introduced in Agents of Shield.
Yes.
This is the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider that's based on someone I actually met. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I haven't even seen him on social media anymore. But it was created by someone named Felipe Smith, and he created a Mexican American Ghost Rider. And this guy has like a dope ass, what is it, like a Dodge car or something that he turns to his Hell Rider.
Yeah.
It's so, and when that, oh my god, when that happened on Agents of Shield, that is like possibly my favorite season, and it was just half of that season that he was in it, and that was my favorite season of Agents of Shield because that Ghost Rider was done so fucking well. To see that character brought to life, the story and the car, it was so good. So I highly recommend, even if you don't want to watch like Agents of Shield, just go to the damn season where he appears and just watch those episodes because they were, no pun intended, fire.
I get it. Wasn't that season 3?
No, I don't think it was three. I think four. I think I think four. I want to say four, but I'm probably wrong. We need a Ghost Rider who rides a moped.
Yes. Fire Moped.
I like it. That character was supposed to get his own series. It was rumors that he was gonna get his own series on Hulu, but it never happened.
I read that too.
So I don't know. I don't know what's the plan, but the possibilities are endless. We got this whole new phase happening. Moon Knight is a whole new possibility as well. Uh, there's hopes that the Moon Knight would you know have this universe of kind of what the Netflix Marvel shows has. So those defenders, it's like the on the ground kind of heroes, and then
Mm-hmm.
the MCU is the above. But at least this time they'll be, since it's under the Disney Plus umbrella, they'll go back and forth, back and forth. Um, there is confirmation that Daredevil is being worked on. It's another season coming, so that's great. I'm very excited about that. As you guys will know, that is my favorite Marvel hero is Daredevil. So those have always been my staple series. I always feel like watching them again. I have not, but I always have this like need to do so. If I could do it and skip all the freaking Debbie stuff, I think that's what really like deters me away because I think her name was Debbie, wasn't it? Like that girl who ends up being like their secretary or some shit.
I don't remember.
Yeah, she got all involved in their stuff, and then she got all like, especially that season with the Punisher, and it was like, oh, I'm trying to help Frank, and you're just like, girl, you're making things worse, and you're annoying. Just get out of the way and let Matt Murdock and Froggy do their thing. If I could get past like that again, then maybe I'll watch it. It's like Smallville. I can't watch Smallville again because I don't want to deal with Lana Lang.
I get
I
that.
I really did not like in the beginning, yeah, but then after like I don't know what season she started just becoming an annoyance, and when she left the show, it was fucking heaven for me. And then I remember like an episode or two or an episode she came back, and I'm like, oh, and she was still annoying.
That's how I felt about Arrow. Once it became Team Arrow and he had all these random people with him that like weren't even in the comics, it was like this is annoying and these people suck and it needs to go back to just being the Green Arrow.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that feeling until like the end. And I don't even think like yeah, it was the end, and I felt it a lot like at the end of Supergirl, where I just realized like yo, all these are just team shows now.
Yeah,
Like, I don't need all this shit. But it doesn't bug me with the Flash for some reason.
it bugged me on there too.
Yeah.
All those shows, once it became like these group of people instead of just the one superhero, I quit watching.
I don't know. The Flash didn't bug me. But Legends of Tomorrow is about a team, and it's
That, yeah, that's different.
yeah, that is it's still like I'm finally watching the season that just happened because I didn't get to watch it as it aired for the first time in like ever, and it's still freaking like fantastic. And the season that just happened, they get stuck in the 1920s, and then they have to fake being bank robbers, and they come up with a name too, and they're called the Bullet Blondes, and they accidentally cross paths with J. Edgar Hoover, and accidentally like kill him, but then it turns out like he's been a robot, so now there's a robot J. Edgar Hoover that keeps coming around, coming after them. That's what I got so far, and it sounds stupid, it sounds crazy, but man, Legends of Tomorrow is like the best fucking show to do this kind of stuff. And they just had an episode where they just it was a really creative episode where they had everybody since the first season show up, you know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was like an anniversary kind of episode. And I think this probably was the last season. I'm not sure. It feels kind of like it, especially after that anniversary episode. It's just so good. Legend of Tomorrow is the slept on show that I'm happy that it's still going on, but I feel like it's slept on. Like people are not watching it, but those that do watch it are really enjoying the show and what is offering. They even had
Yeah.
Constantine on it. It was really cool.
hmm I love Constantine on there.
Yeah,
I really liked his show a lot, and then I was so sad that it got canceled.
but it was good to see that they kept that going.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, oh no, this guy is Constantine. Let's bring him back. D player Kingpin was D player said Kingpin was made into a joke in that Hawkeye show. I don't trust Disney or Daredevil. Ah, dead air. I don't. I guess. I guess I see where you're coming from, but also, mm, he wasn't on there long enough.
Yeah.
He was like, I mean, they didn't take him down easily. Well, who knows? Like maybe Daredevil, if they have Kingpin, they'll explain what happened to him between his last confrontation with Daredevil and now. I mean, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
I I don't feel the same way you feel, the player with Disney, because for me they've been doing a great job with the MCU. Um, Daredevil comes back and it's not on par with the same kind of level that the Netflix Daredevil was, and a little bit lighter, perhaps. I mean, it happened in the comic book as well, especially when Daredevil went to like San Francisco and it was the Mark Ware Daredevil, which I didn't really read, but from what I've seen, it had a lighter kind of tone to it. But they always seem to know how to do dark. I mean, look at um the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Look
Hmm.
at um what Moon Knight's offering right now. Look at what else did they do? I'm trying to say WandaVision, but WandaVision was all over the place. They know how to do darker kind of tone
Yeah.
in a lighter atmosphere, I guess is what I want to say. I can't find words. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for the sense that it's finally there in their hands and they get to do what they want to do with it. You know what I'm
True
saying?
that.
And he was in Spider-Man and that was a big deal for me. Like, oh
Mm.
shit, Daredevil is finally in a movie.
Yeah,
So
Marvel movie.
yeah, so the possibilities are endless, and if they're doing a great job right now with Disney Plus shows, that I want to see that. And like I said, I'm hoping that will have him cross over. We could see him, Moon Knight with Blade, Spider-Man more. The Punisher is the one that I'll be like, okay, how will you guys do this? Because Punisher is like really out there, you know.
Yeah.
So how would Disney attack that? But I don't know if anybody's been watching The Punisher on Disney Plus and if they changed anything. And it's amazing because they haven't, from what I've seen, no one pointed out any changes they did to the Daredevil show. They only pointed out changes they did to the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that's
Hmm.
weird. That's funny because these shows from Netflix were real darker, more extreme, and they did no edits. But then they
Hmm.
went back and edited a show that they already had under their umbrella. That was weird to me.
Yeah.
Funny, weird. I don't know why they did it, but whatever. It's okay because I already saw it, and I'm not exactly gonna go back and be like, "Yo, man, there was supposed to be blood right here." But if it was like a movie I've seen before, and then next thing you know, I'd be like, "Hey, man, there was supposed to be blood on this guy."
I just watched the other Punisher movie.
With Dolph Lundgren? Nah, just kidding.
No, I've seen that one too, but no, with the guy that was in the Crow City of Angels. Um, God, I can't think of his name.
Thomas Jane?
Thomas Jane, yeah.
That's my
That
shit, man.
it's weird because they also don't show blood in that movie that much.
You
Like
know,
when his whole family gets killed, there's like no blood. And then like just the music in the movie was not right. They should have had like edgier music, and the tone of the movie is really light and bright. And it should have just been different. It should have been like more scenes at night. It should have been edgier and more serious. The
I think
music should have been like more of like rock and industrial kind of stuff to kind of get the feel of that Punisher.
that Punisher movie was the tone of that Punisher movie was basically a western,
Yeah.
and it was a revenge western, a revenge western. It's funny because I didn't come to this conclusion until now, until you mentioned like the music, blah blah blah, whatever, and then I realized I love the music. I love that.
Hmm.
I love the music, and I just realized now it's like, oh, it's because it plays out like a western.
Yeah.
How he does, because he just like he doesn't go out there. He just like he's shooting motherfuckers. He's like manipulating them and making them go against themselves, and then playing them well to the point that he is. It's all about the theatrics, and basically he becomes like this ghost that
Hmm.
comes back to haunt them and kill them. And you think about old westerns, especially spaghetti westerns with Clint Eastwood, where they thought he was dead, but then he made this whole big theatric of an explosion, and him coming through the smoke like, oh shit, he's back from the dead. It's a ghost to kill us all, kind of thing. That's kind of how now I see that Punisher movie. So yeah, but I get what you're saying, because when they did the other Punisher with Ray Stevenson, that shit went all out.
I love that Punisher because it
and
was more
and
like War Journal.
Yeah, so Punisher Warzone was fucking fantastic for what it is
Yes.
too.
I
But you see,
fucking
but
that whole opening scene of him killing a whole room full of mobsters, that was fucking epic.
yes, you see, I love them both. And then the Punisher
Mhm.
series was really 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 good though. And now I would love to see the John Barenthal um Punisher come back
I do too.
and do some stuff, even if he's like a little bit more toned down or whatever. Just you just got to keep the Punisher the same. The fact that he's out there and he's a vigilante trying to kill people. I really loved. I think it was beautiful that the Punisher was introduced through Daredevil, and I would love to see that kind of interaction again.
Mhm.
When you got
Me
the Punisher's
too.
like, "I'm gonna kill him," and they're like, "No, you can't kill them," and he's like, "Oh, fine, we'll do it your way," kind of shit. Like that kind of stuff. But then low key he could be on the side and be like, "Well, nobody's here to save you," and then just kill somebody.
Yeah.
Just take them out.
I like the John Barenthal Punisher. I thought he was edgier and darker the way that the Punisher should be played, like a lot like how the Dolph Lundgren one was played.
I need to go back and see the Dolph Lundgren one, and it came up today in a conversation at work because during our break we were watching. We decided to watch Blade, and he said
Nice.
this is the first Marvel movie. And I'm like, no, it's not the first Marvel movie, but no, I think he was correct. Like it was the first movie like by Marvel, because when I looked up, I was like, Punisher was before this, and so was like the Captain America movie. But when I
Mhm.
looked up the Punisher, I didn't see anybody from like Marvel's name on the producing or anything like that, or I guess they just had the rights to the thing and they just did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he was right that Blade was like the first like Marvel movie, and actually saved Marvel from
Yeah, it
how
did. The
yeah.
money that they made from that saved them from bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm. Let's give it up to Wesley Snap. I saw this TikTok and it's like this girl in the club and it's like bom 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 bom, right? And it says like when you're in the club with your friends and then you see Wesley Snipes walk in and she's like, oh shit, that shit's about to go down. But yeah, I mentioned the Punisher and then I looked it up and I thought, I have this movie and I haven't seen it since then. I do remember like it wasn't, I don't think it had like so much action in it from what I remember.
What for what? The Punisher or Blade?
No, no, the Dolph Lundgren one. No, Blade has action like crazy. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say.
No, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
Dolph
about,
Lundgren was like emo Punisher.
right? He didn't have like the logo on him except for like his knife or something like that.
D Player One says the Netflix Punisher never would have done that popsicle scene. That's very true. Because that was like the real Punisher just would have used the real blowtorch. He wouldn't have used a popsicle. That was such like a cop out.
I don't remember.
Where he has the blowtorch and he's searing meat, and he says it burns at 2,000 degrees, and so you don't feel hot, you just feel your nerve endings closed, so all you feel is cold, and then he rubs a popsicle on his back. So he's screaming and hollering and stuff, thinking he's being burnt, but he's just being like smacked with a popsicle.
Oh, okay.
That
See,
was in the Thomas Jane version.
for a second there, I thought you were gonna say like he like burns the popsicle to like a pointy thing, then stabs, and I was like, that sounds like a Punisher move.
No, that would have been something to watch, but the whole popsicle scene was really ridiculous.
That was on the Netflix one or the Thomas Jane one?
The Thomas Jane one.
Oh, psychological. I told you,
Mm-hmm.
it was all about like psychological shit. He had them just fuck themselves over. Hey man, whatever. They killed their family in Puerto Rico. That's fucked up.
It
That's all I remember. It's like, damn, in Puerto Rico, damn.
killed everybody.
God damn, I ain't going to Puerto Rico. I'm not going to the beach. Oh man, but I'm yeah. Let them. We'll see what happens. I think there's a confirmation with the Punisher. I know there's Daredevil, and the player to you, I have faith in what these guys are gonna bring to the table because they've been doing a great job, and I don't think they'll let us down that hard. There's a way to be extreme but still be light. I guess I want to
Mm-hmm.
say, you know,
Yeah.
and they pulled it off, and they'll deliver, and they'll deliver like Nicolas Cage always delivers, no matter what project he's on, no matter what movie. Nicolas Cage always delivers, and if they put him in a Marvel project, he would deliver tenfold. I say that, but he was in a Marvel project. It was called Into the Spider Verse.
He was in Ghost Rider too.
He was in
That
Ghost Rider, and for me, he delivered. For you, he didn't.
No, I don't like those movies.
He didn't deliver. For me, he did deliver.
It just made
And
me angry. I was like, because they hype. I lived in Los Angeles when those movies came out, and they hyped it up so much. Like they had these huge billboards and stuff all over downtown. So they had these huge banners that made it look like Ghost Rider had been driving there, like leaning up the
nice.
building and stuff. So it was hyped so much, and then what we got was not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Fucking jelly beans.
But hey, I think how you feel is probably how everybody feels about that Morbius movie right now.
I heard it's pretty bad. Like I sent him a text that said that uh what movie was it? Damn it, now I gotta look it up.
No, they say that this movie feels like mm, a comic book movie that came around that time period, like Ghost Rider and such.
Cats, that's what it is.
All right, you told
M-
me
M-
cats.
Morbius has a lower Rotten Tomato score than Cats, and everybody fucking hated the Cats movie.
That's right, they told me that. And then I did tell you, like, I kind of want to still see the cats movie.
I'm staying away from I don't like furries, so that movie creeps me the fuck out.
I saw that play like by accident on a whim um on TV, which here is like WTTW. It's kind of like the station that gives Sesame Street and all that other stuff.
Hmm.
So what would you call those kind of channels? Like
Like the free channels.
no, I they have a specific name. It's like an educational channel that's free. Yes,
Yeah,
but those were the channels that gave like Sesame Street and Barney and all that shit. So I don't know when like
PBS.
yeah PBS. There you go. Pff, fuck. So I watched it on there one night, just out of nowhere. They gave the whole play. It
Oh
was
wow.
it was filmed and cinematically too, so like a movie. But it was the whole freaking play, and I watched it. and I was like, wow, I got to see this. I got to see this off of PBS. Yeah, and I thought PBS was doing this stuff like low key, without letting anybody know. It's like, hey, can't go see this play. Well, guess what? We got it here. And I never saw it again. And I think PBS also would, I don't know if they still do, but they will sell their stuff after they air it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Yeah.
here, now you could buy this and own it for yourself, blah blah. I never saw that anywhere. You know what? Next time I'm at a convention, I'm gonna ask, because there's always a booth of people who sell like a whole series, bootleg, of course, but they'll
Mm-hmm.
sell a whole series, and it'll be just something that they burn onto Blu-ray. And I'm gonna see if anybody has Cats. That one, not
I'm
not
not
the new
watching
movies.
them. They
That
have
one.
they have good documentaries on there sometimes too. Like they did a really good one on Buddha that I watched.
You think they still got it good right now? Because documentaries are everywhere. Hulu,
Yeah,
Netflix, wherever.
I would think
Probably
I would think so.
it's probably like, I mean, I'm pretty sure their stuff is being distributed through one of those things. Like, I know Sesame Street kind of stuff is distributed in one of those applications now, right?
But
Like
well, they're
Paramount,
on
or
HBO now.
it's HBO that has them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, then
they sold the fuck out.
maybe that's where it is. Hey, you gotta go where the money's at. You gotta go where the money's at,
They
and
went from making no money to making HBO money.
that's what I'm talking about, because they were like, this is brought to you by viewers like you, and then nobody was giving them the money, so they were like, okay, well, we're gonna have to. This is brought to you by applications that you pay for,
Yep.
and keep
Well,
Barney all that alive. And you
well,
know
tell
what?
people where to find us.
I mean, before I do, I was gonna say, like, I want a Barney movie, and I want Barney to be played by Nicolas Cage, and that's how I'm gonna end this.
And still watch it.
Yes, that's how I'm gonna end this. It'll play out like Death to Smoochie. Remember that movie?
Great
Yes.
movie.
Homework. Everybody go see Death to Smoochie. Thank you for being in the Machine Room podcast. I'm Nostradamus. She's Hammer Venus, and you can find us at www.machineroompodcast.com. I had a whole brain
There you
fart
go.
right there. Because we got that, and we also got Real Machine Room, and it's like all like, and I don't know
Mm-hmm.
which one is which. You can find us at machineroompodcast.com, and then you can listen to us wherever podcasts are heard.
Except iHeartRadio because they suck.
Yeah, except them. But who really listens to iHeartRadio? I never hear anything about iHeartRadio, to tell you the truth. I forget about it until you mention it.
Yep.
Swear to God. Swear to God, I
It's
forget about it.
it's not worth remembering.
It's not. Thank you to the people who were with us on this live stream. D Player, Roach, thank you for the bits earlier. You're the man. And Cut West, thank you for showing up and just saying that it's hot as hell and then bouncing. I guess I don't know what else happened. You never
And
talked
Mario
again.
Benitez, thank you for joining us.
Yes, and thank you for the first time chatter, short time viewer probably. I gotta show up somewhere like that. It's like first time chatter, short time viewer. I thank everybody for being here. You can find us at machineroompodcast.com. Find us on YouTube, Real Machine Room, Twitter, Real Machine Room, Facebook, Real Machine Room, and don't worry about Instagram because we don't know how to get in there.
Nope, we broke it.
We fucked that all up. Anyways, I'm Nostradamus. That's Hammer of Venus, and we'll catch you next time. Peace, deuce, and I got nothing else. Let's go. New outro, baby. If it plays. Hey, look. This is all the places you can find us.
Right there.
Right there. Right there. Look at all the... But not iHeartRadio. Good night.